What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 Deity Europe AI only battle. Plenty of things going on, including something I've only just seen as that last turn ended. I missed that. The Goths have captured the northern Wallachian city through a peace deal. Not sure if that was the right move from Wallachia, but it's a lot more understandable than some of the other peace deals we've seen. You know, the Goths are a lot stronger. The mountains are in the way. So yeah, that was kind of not expected, but there you go. That falls to the Goths, and obviously that puts Wallachia in a worse position in future. It was the best city probably to give away, because there's still mountains in the way. So it's still, you know, these two cities might survive a bit longer. I think Greece will obviously be even more tempted now to go after them, but we'll see if that happens. France recaptures the city of Lucerne, but not sure that will last. Maybe a peace deal, they can hold on to it, but yeah, I think Spain will probably get that again. Another city's fallen. The Ottomans did retake this city. They do still have a few more units in the Black Sea, but once they're gone, that'll be it. And Assyria will safely hold on to this, as they will the rest of Turkey by the look of it. Another ideology, Songhai go in order. Not many order nations out there. Oh wow, that is looking scary for them. But yeah, they go order, so there you go. There were some suggestions that I should just let some, if people can find ways through the mountains, they deserve to be allowed to settle there. That won't be the case. But yeah, no one's here at the moment. Carthage is left, and Songhai just have a couple of random units, but no settlers or anything. See, here is like the one location that would probably be very advantageous if someone had it, but no one's got it, so it doesn't matter. Assyria re-grab Konya, and yeah, there's still a few boats, a few privateers. There's a chance it might go back again, 1 or 2 times at most. That's about it, and yeah, Lucerne falls back to Spain. So there you go. And, oh no, that's the same message. They still have Antwerp for now. France still not making much progress here. This is so painful to watch. France could really do with some artillery right now. They just don't have any. And that's going to hurt. Austria now has infantry units, which could be quite useful. But we'll see what Austria actually gets up to. I don't know what they're doing. Looks like they just sort of stood in Swedish territory. I don't know why. They're not at war. Austria is at peace at the moment, I think, with everyone. Maybe there's some small random nations, but yeah, they're not fighting anyone. So this is the time for them to rebuild some units, recover. See, Russia and the Soviets just peaced out, so they'll probably be looking for something to do soon. The Soviets grabbing a city, which now it's at 2 population, is not a huge win for the Soviets, but relatively, obviously it makes Russia a lot weaker. It was like 20 population before the war started, so Russia's lost out on a big city. Even if the Soviets haven't actually really gained all that much in the city. Like, the fact that Russia's weaker is the benefit, I guess. So that's good for them. But yeah, the Goths are looking good. And the fact they didn't have to conquer this, you know, no lower population. Obviously, it's in resistance for the foreseeable future. 2 episodes and a bit there. 2.5 episodes going forward. But still, the Goths capture that. Becomes city number 6. They're all pretty big. It's weird, their capital is the smallest. It's literally just got like these 3 tiles, and I imagine the rest are associated maybe with the other ones. Bit of a strange one. The Goths turns are taking a while now. Dang, 3 minutes 40 for that first turn. So what's that times 5? 15. Yeah, we'll be pushing 20 minutes an episode now, that's fine. I said I'd do 5. Arabia with a ton of... Ooh. First atomic bomb of the game. Spotted. I think there's 2 or 3 civs with the Manhattan Project. Or maybe not, maybe just 1. I don't know, I can't remember. Arabia's got one though. Arabia does have an atomic bomb, so there you go. Not sure anyone else is quite as advanced as them at the moment. They've got a bit of a tech lead. As we established, looking at the info addicts, about 2 technologies ahead. Just granting them the mobile SAMs, rocket artillery, the nukes. Well, not the nukes. I imagine quite a few of them are building the Manhattan Project at the moment, but the ability to actually build the nuke is based on time as well. So they're obviously a few turns ahead. So we're getting a lot of this. I mean, it doesn't provide that much, to be honest, but just bear in mind, some extra tiles. They can be worked. I don't know if you've got enough workers. Like this city, it's quite small with a huge population. Ooh. The Khazar has been, I was going to say eliminated, but I think Armenia just took this off the Huns. I think the Khazar were gone a while ago. I might be wrong. Pretty sure Attila already had this, and then Armenia took it off him, and they've just taken it back. Assyria v the Celts, the war we all didn't know we needed. It's about as far apart as possible. The UK is still going with it. Did I miss this notification pop up, or is it still going from last time? I have no idea, but it seems to still be ongoing. Great Britain doing pretty well, it seems. It looks like they're about to grab 2 cities in the coming turns. Edinburgh might be a bit more difficult. There's some land units in the way, but we'll see. I'm sure they'll get dealt with at some point. Yeah, France definitely not going to be getting any more chances to grab that back. Portugal joining against the Celts. That's an interesting one. We'll see what they get up to. I think that should be fine. Oh, Norway did get another island there in the end. So there you go. And yes, that city falls back to Armenia. But yeah, Portugal, I mean, they could go and make things worse for the Celts. It'll be a few turns before they get over here. They do have plenty of boats just hovering around. But yeah, I don't think that's the end of the world for the Celts. I think the UK should be able to do most of the damage here with their boats, especially if they can conquer Dublin, Viborg very quickly. Then they should be able to build on that quite easily. Damn, these turns are taking even longer this time. What did I do to jinx it? There we go. Britain puts both these cities in the red. So next turn, I imagine they'll grab 2, probably put Edinburgh into the yellow, so that we're getting pretty close. And I think that would be the elimination of the Celts, which would be sad for the Celts, but you know, good news for Great Britain. Right, Arabia has denounced Assyria. Maybe it's coming, maybe. Syria better get their units back to this huge border they have. It is massive, probably the biggest border in the world between 2 civs. The only one that really matches up, I guess, in terms of how important, if you include the importance, like the Soviet-Russia border is pretty big as well. Not as big because it doesn't snake around as much, particularly around Babylon. All of this is extra, obviously. Morocco's borders are quite big with like the Songhai. This is quite a wide one. I don't think it's as big as the Arabia one, but it is quite big. Obviously, it's just not as important. Like this is probably the biggest, most important border in the future of this game, particularly for the winner category. You know, big category. Maybe not top 10. They could probably both get in it if they wanted to. You know, fight each other. Maybe, you know, just go their own separate paths, and they could both easily be in the top 10 at the moment. Arabia could go into Africa. Assyria could go towards sort of Europe, Byzantium, Greece that way. But we'll see what happens. It's just a shame Western Europe didn't quite get any united civ. I think maybe if I removed one more, it would have happened. Belgium, maybe if they weren't there, or Switzerland, one of them maybe, or France, whatever, you know. Doesn't matter. Obviously, I'd usually keep the non-modded civ in. Plus, France is like France is France, right? They're a big part of everything, so we'd leave them in normally. But yeah, maybe we were one away from having a perfect bit here. Obviously, Spain and Portugal didn't do their bit either. One was supposed to kill the other. Didn't matter who, but one is normally supposed to. Or just be like normal Spain and Portugal, right? You have a big Spain, little Portugal, or even a little Spain over here, and a big Portugal, whatever. You know, but that they've managed to not do either of those. And I don't even know if we'll ever see them fight it out. I'm not sure whether it will happen. So I think Portugal would win now. Complete guess, just guessing. Oh wow, Portugal snuck in and stole this island away from Great Britain at the last moment. So Britain will be hoping they can grab Dublin at least, because that will be frustrating, losing an island like that. That's going to be, yeah, that's, I would be annoyed if that was me. That's all I'm saying. Right, Soviet Union, not doing too much. Mercuria, what are you guys up to down here? Not too much. Here we go. Britain's turn. They should at least grab Dublin, surely. Maybe even Edinburgh. I don't know how much damage they can put out. Yeah, into the yellow. Oh, they just missed out. They actually moved a unit in the way. So in theory, I think this ironclad could steal it away. I mean, I'm not sure. I think the Celts actually go before either of them, so they may have a chance to block it and stuff. But yeah, if Portugal also grabs Dublin, then Britain is going to be kicking themselves. They will not be happy at all. The Vandals still squeezed into this small little gap. It's not gone well for them. They're still here, I guess. That's like something. Carthage is still around. A few boats, but yeah, not really much they can do at this point. I imagine Rome's built up quite a few units. I imagine whatever they do next is going to be pretty important. Switzerland's built up as well, which means we won't see ever a Rome or Switzerland one take the other out, which would have maybe given us some hopes of a Western European superpower. To be honest, I think Great Britain is probably the most likely still. They're just fairly competent. They have big cities. Like, you know, they could get Belgium pretty easily if they do manage to get rid of the Celts. Like, I could see Britain still being the one posing the most chances of doing so. France has just bottled it. They could have done well if they'd have got Antwerp and defended that, but that's just not happened. Byzantium's gone freedom. I think that's the first civ in the world to go freedom. So they'll get an extra couple of picks, extra couple of tenants, bonuses for being first, I guess. There's some benefits to doing that. Oh man. The fact that Constantinople is a canal city is not even useful on this map when Greece actually cuts off the borders. Didn't even realise that, but yeah, I mean, they have open borders, so to be fair, it helps Byzantium and Greece, although they don't actually need to go through. They're very lucky. If Greece cut that off, Byzantium would obviously have these boats, and these boats produced from different cities. I mean, I don't know where they came from, but you know, the boats in different cities would be separated. But open borders with Greece certainly helps. They do control quite a bit of the Mediterranean, fairly big chunk of it. Rome has a massive chunk. Yeah, they've all got little bits. Spain, tiny bit. Switzerland with a little bit. Portugal, quite a stretch. Yeah, Rome's definitely got the biggest bit, and then a few other smaller civs. Mercuria's got quite a lot. Syria's now got their own little chunk. Among others, who's got the biggest parts of the Atlantic? Morocco with a pretty vast area. Portugal again with a little bit. Spain, Portugal, Spain. Great Britain's got a huge amount overall. Celts with a bit as well. Portugal's turn? Surely not. They thought about it. It didn't work out for them. Oh my goodness, that would have been so frustrating for Great Britain had they lost that. But Armenia is holding on here. This city is not coastal, so they should be fine. These boats can't actually do anything. I don't know what they're trying to achieve. Nothing new for the Soviets. They're just moving around. They are now getting mobile SAMs. No rocket artilleries just yet, but I'm sure it's just around the corner. And there we go. Britain does grab the city of Dublin. Next turn should be Edinburgh as well. So that'll be the Celts eliminated, and the UK will basically own the British Isles. There's a little bit of Portugal at the top, but it's not the important part. So yeah, Britain will be looking a lot stronger, particularly with the city of Edinburgh. 16 population, another coastal city to build some boats out of potentially in the future. That'll be really useful for them. But we'll see. Processing turn for France. There's some weird noise going on. I was just seeing it went quiet to see if it showed up on the audio, but it's not even being picked up. Very weird. Well, it's not. I know it is. It's something cooking, but whoa! Look at all these technologies from Norway. Where did that come from? Norway has rocket artillery, Great War Infantry, paratroopers. They leveled up really quick, a bit ahead of Sweden, as you'd imagine. Lots of population, to be fair. 17, 16, 24, 24. 15, 11. Where is the biggest city in the world? We haven't looked for a while. There we go. 30 from Moscow is the biggest, and then there's a real fight for second. Look, Dongola from Mercuria, Babylon from Arabia, Leningrad in the Soviet Union, Asher in Assyria, and Stockholm all on 29. 20. Oh, don't freeze on me now. Just close that. I'll do it when... didn't really want to do it when the term was over, to be honest. Let me try again. I think Assyria were just trying to do a peace deal, and it wasn't really letting them. 28 then for Gao from Morocco, then there's no one else on 28. 27 for Minsk in the Soviet Union and Paris in France. 26 for Garama, the Garamantes in Warsaw, Austria. 25 then for Kabar in Morocco, Rakopolis in the Goth Empire, Lisbon from Portugal, Mecca in Arabia, Attila's court in the Huns. 24 then for Oslo in Norway, Rome in Rome, Bergen in Norway, Gothiscanza in the Goth Empire, Madrid in Spain, Magdeburg in Russia, Vienna in Austria, Marrakesh in Morocco, Reclaw in Russia, Gothenburg, oh no, that's 22. We'll just ignore the 22s, there's way too many. There's a ton of 20s, 19s, lots of 18s, very popular, 17, distributed around the 16, 17, 18 mark for the majority of cities. Quite interesting, but yeah, you obviously have some huge ones. Moscow, I don't know what exactly makes it so capable of being so big. I don't know why it's a 30 population city. It just is. It's got a river. There's nothing like too special about it. I guess it's got a lot of space, to be fair, but a bit of a strange one. Switzerland has peaced out with Portugal. Nothing changed hands, thank goodness, because it would have been a complete mistake if anything did change hands. Processing turn for Great Britain, and there we go. The Celts is the next civ to be eliminated. Britain now has control of the British Isles, and as I said, they are probably the most likely civ to be a contender in Western Europe. If we take out Austria, I don't know, they're in Germany, I don't know if you'd count that as Western Europe. I'd say it's more central for this map anyway, just because, you know, we've cut off a huge chunk of the east of the map, so it would make sense to just say central. I would say west is like west of Austria, so I'd say Belgium, Spain, France, Switzerland. I'd put Rome in there, even though parts of them are below Austria. I'm sure you will get what I mean. Like one of these sort of civs between Iberia, Italy, France, the Benelux region, and Great Britain, I guess, has got it now. But, you know, one of them just needs to consolidate a bit more, get a bit stronger. Like I said, I think Great Britain's there. It's not even that they're stronger than some of the other civs, but they are more united, and that's going to help them out a lot. France is united as well, but they're not doing great, are they? It's not really helped them out much. But yeah, you know, I could definitely see the UK grabbing Ghent and Brussels off Belgium, then maybe taking Antwerp from Spain from there, having some success, especially once they push on to get some better technologies. If they get artillery, etc. soon, better boats, obviously, Royal Navy, they're going to be doing quite well. And I assume they would go after Belgium to give them access to actually moving around the channel. They don't actually have that at the moment. Austria, I don't know who they're at war with, but they seem to be... Oh, I think they're at war with Belgium, still. Ooh. But if they get enough units over here, there's every chance that actually works out for them. Austria have built up a bit of a navy, some more units. The city keeps changing hands. I'm not paying too much attention to it, but it is constantly flipping. It's not too important. Atomic era there for Assyria, so they must be a few behind Arabia, because Arabia already has the atomic bomb. And that's obviously a big unit. Guided missiles. Oh wow. So they are really starting to ramp it up right now. Arabia with a lot of air capacity right now. Alongside that one atomic bomb. Solitary. Oh my goodness. The guided missiles. They could launch a devastating attack across this border to multiple cities. And a share is not even that far from Babylon. Look, there's not even that many tiles. They could very easily... A surprise attack here would be pretty brutal. You can see Assyria beginning to put in some units, a lot of anti-air weapons. These two are definitely playing some chess. Sometimes the AI, they don't really respond. They just do what they want to do. They don't really respond. Like, they do what's in their best interest at all times. They don't really respond to what's going on around them as much. But this is definitely going to be very interesting. You can see Assyria is trying to get more anti-air weapons. That's going to be quite interesting. It's cool to see them actually respond to what's going on around them. Wow. Portugal v the Goths does not matter too much, but Russia v the Goths, this is going to be another bloodbath in Eastern Europe. We've seen Russia and the Soviets and Austria not go too well. The Goths and Wallachia was just constant unit deaths, even though no cities really changed until the peace deal. But yeah, Russia, this will be quite interesting. They share a pretty big border around with the Goths, and there we go, Stalin completes the Pentagon. That is quite a bit of irony there. America's not in this game to complete the Kremlin, but you know, some good irony, I guess. The Pentagon in the Soviet Union. But yeah, Russia is going to probably do some damage here. I would imagine they're stronger than the Goths, but we will find out. Obviously, that one city that's cut off, that would be nice for Russia. And this is the one advantage the Russia has over the Soviets. Russia does have some more options. The Goths, maybe even Attila's and the Huns if they're not that strong. Whereas the Soviet Union, obviously at the moment, has to fight one of, I guess Sweden's like the easy option. They just need to build more boats. But Austria and Russia, not that easy. But that'll be it for this episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.